Right, just cutting in at the very start of this unboxing video. It didn't exactly go to plan. I did it a couple of weeks ago, but this bloody Panasonic camera again seemed to focus in the middle of nowhere. So I am just going to cover the outcome, and by all means watch the unboxing. There's nothing particularly interesting. So it was the APC back UPS Pro 1600, 960 watts I think it can handle, multiple connections on the back. Have a look at the review in a minute for that. So I've decided to run the Qidi Plus 4 3D printer, and also the desktop, which is just hiding underneath there. It can only run this for about 7 minutes, but where we are, we're very lucky. We only tend to get split-second power cuts, but they are long enough to cut the computer off and restart this. So if we have a look, just the computer at the moment is running on there. It was about 80 watts a minute ago. Don't know why it's jumped up, but if we now fire up the printer, takes a few seconds to power up this one, which has been performing very well so far. We've been doing various test prints before we start using a high temperature material. Printed off some Helios nozzles, so we can sell those as a set. Oh, come on, this is so slow sometimes. Right, so yeah, so with that and that running, we're not using much power. But if we whack the extruder up to where are we? Come on, whack that up to 210. That's going to go up to 90. Heated bed is probably, yeah. So you've got to get the hot bed up first before the heated chamber starts kicking in, and we are now up to 630. So no issues with the power there. Both of them are heating up. So yeah, and if I pop the fuse off, which I think I did in the other video, it just takes over, no problems at all. When it does kick in, the power goes from the battery backup goes from full there down to 3 the second it cuts in. So that's a bit disappointing. I suspect it's more of an issue with their software, rather than really using 2/5 of the battery power just by switching it on. So I've got no problems with it. It's been working fine. So yeah, by all means carry on watching the unboxing. Oh, and don't forget to register it online. I think if you register it online you get a 3-year warranty, so don't be tempted by Amazon's 3-year warranty that you pay extra for, because it's already covered if you go and register it. I was printing a couple of test pieces a few days ago, and although we rarely have power issues in this area, I had 3 or 4 very short power cuts. I mean milliseconds probably, but what I noticed was, whilst most of the equipment in the workshop was absolutely fine with that, the new Qidi Plus 4 printer just rebooted. Now the print hadn't started, it was just preheating the beds and everything before doing its bed levelling. So it just came back on, like I turned the power off and turned it back on. Now it has got power interruption protection, but I'm guessing that only kicks in when there's an actual print going. It won't automatically restart, but it will come up with a screen saying printing was interrupted. Do you want to continue? Continue with that print. So I thought, well, this is going to get annoying. You can imagine being halfway through a 5-hour print or 10-hour print and the power goes off. So I thought we would look at a UPS. I've gone for an APC from Amazon, 5 monthly payments, interest free. I do always like using those facilities. And this is it's a weird one. I thought 1000 watt would be okay. This is a 960 watt APC, sorry, UPS. So we're just going to do a quick unboxing video. Sorry for the noise in the background. We've got a dimension test print going on for some hairdryer nozzles I'm designing. I had found a guy who's already pre-designed them and did ask him for a commercial license, which he agreed to, which was very reasonably priced. But unfortunately I've not heard from the guy again. He asked me how I wanted to pay, bank transfer or PayPal, and yeah, never heard from him again. So I've been forced to do a crash course in some CAD software. Anyway, this is a box within a box, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to get the other end undone. The design software, once you get your head around it, is pretty good. I mean, there's dozens out there, from free ones to paid for ones. Yeah, right, so the Performance Series 1600 VA, 960 watts, up to 159 minutes for PC loads. Yeah, well, this would be a little bit more serious than a PC load. Yeah, nothing particularly interesting. 1 GB Dataline protection. No idea. 8 sockets. User replaceable battery. That's nice. Automatic voltage regulation. Auto shutdown software. Well, this won't be running on a PC. Any other interesting information? I don't think so. Yeah, pretty certain it's not going to come with the required cables, so I've actually ordered 2. So we're certainly going to run the printer off of it, and I bought a longer cable to plug the PC in. Yeah, you know, when the PC goes off and it restarts, there's so many bits of software I then have to restart and get working properly. I thought I might use it on the PC as well. Active power factor correction, 3-year warranty. That's interesting. 3-year warranty. So I actually paid for a 3-year warranty with Amazon. 30 or 40 quid, but actually according to this it's got a 3-year warranty on the unit and battery anyway. 150,000 lifetime connected equipment protection policy and free technical support, exclusive for European community countries. Oh, I guess we're screwed there then. It probably doesn't cover the UK. Yeah, great. Anyway, it's given you here a list of typical items and what sort of wattage they are and how long you're going to get from them. Anyway, let's have a closer look. I suppose the test will be just to get it connected to the printer, and whilst everything is heating up, chamber, bed and the nozzle, we'll just flick the fuse off and see if it carries on. Hopefully it will. So we have it looks like a USB cable in there, and typical, although they didn't show it, it does actually come with 2 kettle leads with the IEC, what is it, IEC 44, I forget what the code is. No, it's a C14, I think that's C14, yeah. that is IEC, and that is the C14 that goes. Well, now we've got 4 bloody cables. It's pretty heavy. It's a big old chunky lead acid battery fitted to this. I'm gonna have to cut that. The printer, if anyone's interested, has been working perfectly. We've not had any issues. We had one failed print, which was entirely my fault. I forgot to add a brim to the base of one of these nozzles that we were test printing. Other than that, it's performed perfectly. Apart from that odd quirk with the fuse interconnect. Ugh. Right, we've got a big label here saying stop, connect battery. Okay, we've got to take this apart to connect the battery. 1, 2, 3, 4. That label come off without leaving loads of residue. Yep. There's the instructions. Oh, what have we got on the side there? Oh, it's interesting. We have a hand-signed quality control printout. God, I can't remember the last time we had anything like that on a piece of equipment. Bit of residue there. Quality assurance test revision 1023. The date 4th. Well, it says 0204, but I'm guessing this is not our format. Station ID, operator ID, the model number, serial number. Oh yeah, I mean there's just masses of things that have been checked on there. Nice touch, like that. Everything passed. Signature. Okay, so on the front we just seem to have 3 buttons. There's obviously on off, sort of soft touch ones. So how do we get the battery out? God, it's so heavy. Ah, look. Oh, so that's super easy. You turn it over and there's a cover that slides off. So we've slid the cover off, red label on top, switch it over, green label on top. I'm going to have to lay this down. So you can see currently that there is to connect battery, lift and pull tabs. Oh, okay. During shipment, battery should remain disconnected. So then I think we turn it over, insert this way to connect battery. Yeah, so there's the terminals there. Slide the cover back on. Well, that couldn't have been any easier, could it? Let's see if that will fire up. Yes, it does. Don't know whether you can see that. We have no load, 3 squares, so batteries, well, yeah, dropping down, half charge. Estimated runtime in minutes, 255. Okay, that's fair enough. Clearly needs to be charged. Now, what we don't actually have then is a cable to charge it with. Must be somewhere. You've got to be kidding me. There's no battery and no cable to actually charge it with. What? Well, that's where it plugs in, but there is no cable. There's a USB, I don't know what the hell that's for. So we've got gigabit in and out, circuit breaker. What is it bleeping its nuts off for? Shut up. Eight battery and surge only, battery and surge. So then you've got data port, telephone in, telephone out, and no bloody power lead to charge it with. How stupid is that? 2 of these, but no. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You've got to be kidding me. Now I've got to find an APC lead. Is it going to fit nicely next to the printer? Yeah, I think so. I suppose that warning's to say it's on battery, but it's pretty bloody annoying. Yeah, you can mute that, unfortunately. Guess it's just giving you a warning of what's going on. It seems to record events. It's got the voltage out, voltage in, 0 obviously, load in watts, load in percentage, hertz out, 50 hertz. Estimated runtime in minutes, 240, event and back to event. So press and hold, and off it goes pretty quickly. So yeah, I mean the unit itself looks very nicely made. I do like the quality control thing. We do have 2 of those, but there's no cable to charge it with. Actually, I guess that is because I don't need it. We'll just unplug the printer cable, plug the printer cable straight into this, and then use one of these to go straight to the printer. So yeah, of course it doesn't need it. You're bound to be using a piece of equipment with the IEC connection, because that's what you've got this for. So yeah, my mistake. This just not needed. It would be an unnecessary waste, because the printer will just plug straight in. So yeah, looks good. Got that funny plastic and electronic smell to it. We'll get it connected, and we'll see it in use later, hopefully.